Hello and welcome to Truckers World. Hope everyone's doing okay out there. Not doing too bad myself, as you can see. I'm back in a class one, not with the same company, with a different one, and with the company which I did my very first class one night shift. In fact, it was my very first class one shift. Period. That's who I'm with. But I'm on a day shift, and today I'm going to be running through what I did the other day. So I'm going to give you a complete, basically, day's diary of what I did, including an error which I made. You might have made it yourself, who knows. So here we go. So I start work at 7, and now I originally was told, might have some bearing on the error, might not. I was originally told that I would be doing class 2. So I did class 2 on the Wednesday. Thursday came in, he said same thing again on text message, so I assumed I was on class 2. Got my wagon, got my keys. I didn't need to go into the office because he gave me this sheet of paper. To cut a long story short, he gave me this piece of paper, basically had everything on, and said, right, keep that with you for the rest of the week. So I did that. Anyway, go into the warehouse where I get loaded, more or less got loaded, strapping up, curtain was going back, and then
next thing you know, light traffic on your route.
Next thing you know, they come and tell me, you're meant to be on class 1. Really? I couldn't believe it. So, okay, class 1. So he ran me down, got my tractor unit, gave that a check over, came back and hooked up to this trailer that was already loaded. So, did all that. I was in a bit of a kerfuffle, bit of a rush. You panic a little bit because of the time, and you think, well, I need to get these drops, etc. I had 3 drops on. And I was a little bit in a panic, really. So, anyway, first drop was Lidl. Never been there before. Lot of rules and regulations. Went there. You go in and you park up diagonally. I hate parking up diagonally to the left. I hate it. You go in and they're all diagonal, and you've got to reverse to the left. I absolutely despise it. So we went in there. Follow the procedures. Really weird procedure. You go in, they give you a little pager. You come back to your wagon and the pager bleeps, bleep, 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 and it tells you which bay to go on. It was nuts. Fortunately, the bay that they told me to go on was more or less at the end. So I quickly did a U-turn, came back, did another U-turn, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. A couple of shunts here and there, without a doubt, 5 or 6 maybe, but I got there and I managed to reverse it okay. It did help with being the end bay because you weren't kind of like in the forefront of all the other truck drivers, which would have put a bit of pressure on. But you just got to blank that out, I think. So I looked at the paperwork and I unloaded my pallets now. Well, the thing is, you have to self-load, unload yourself there. They give you a little key, give you some training if you've never been there before, and you use an electric pump truck and you unload yourself. It's not that bad, actually. But anyway, unloaded 2 pallets. I thought, right, that's it. That's my load. Okay, off we go to the next one. The next one was not too far away, only about half an hour away. And this one was basically, you wouldn't have thought it just like a normal kind of industrial unit. And you have to drive in, then park there in, there's no set base, park there, and they unload you, just like a normal delivery in a class 2 or whatever. So I did that, and I was looking at the pallets. I couldn't figure out the pallets, and I thought, how come these pallets are in the middle? Shouldn't they be at the end? They're usually in order. Anyway, I looked at the pallets. They got their pallets off. That was fine. Then I looked at them, and on the side, they had the Lidl label on. I thought, no. So basically, I've gone there. I've unloaded 2 pallets. I could see the labels on from the back, through the back doors, as I've been loading through the back doors, and missed, even though they're in front of me, I've not unloaded them. Now, to cut a long story short, I did look at the paperwork, but I probably didn't look at it thoroughly. I didn't look at it thoroughly to see how many the quantity was. Furthermore, when I was unloading from the back, all I could see on those pallets, I couldn't see from the side because obviously they're quite tightly packed. They had JD distilleries on, so I just assumed right they're the next drop. Then they haven't got Lidl's label on. That can't be them. So that's what I did, and I phoned up. I explained my error that I've missed about 12 pallets of coming off. It's what it was. I can blame it on the kerfuffle of the morning, the rush, the fact that I couldn't see the labels. To be honest, maybe I should have just looked at the paperwork and really made sure. That's a lesson, that. It's a beginner mistake. So I'm a bit disappointed. Anyway, he told me, right, go back to the warehouse, unload those pallets because the next one may not unload you because they're in front of them. Fair enough. So we went back, thought the truck drivers unloaded those pallets, and I went on to my next drop, or the last drop, because I only had 3. Big place, you know, massive place. And again, wasn't too busy, so I was able to take my time on reversing, which was okay. That was fine. Got in there more or less okay, a little bit off cuff, you know, a little bit bent, but not too bad. Got in there fine. They unloaded me. That was fine. And then I phoned up. I said, right, I'm empty. Where we're going next? This was about maybe, I don't know, one o'clockish maybe, give or take. Right, they said, come back, drop this trailer, and then pick up this other trailer, and you're going to do another delivery that's maybe 25 minutes away. Came back, dropped the trailer in the yard, picked some other trailer, which was actually in the yard. They told me it was in a different yard, but it was actually in that yard. Fortunately, one of the other drivers just questioned where I was dropping that trailer, shunt the driver, and he said to me, oh yeah, your trailer is here. You know, again, you know, we all make mistakes. I've made one, he's made one. Mine's quite probably more serious than his, but there you go. So, hooked up to that trailer, that was fine. We drive about 25 minutes, and it was to a Home Bargains, or part of Home Bargains. And went into one area, there's 2 places with Home Bargains. Booked in, everything's fine. He said, right, it's park in the middle bay. So parked again, middle bay. Went up to the office with my paperwork again. And he said, no, you're not meant to be here. You're meant to be down the road to the right. So fair enough, got my wagon down the way to the right. Went in, and there was no waiting time there. He said, right, park between bays, 3, 4, or 6, whichever bay you want. So I picked one, and I picked one that was closer to a parked wagon that was on the left. Now, it wasn't that busy at all. And I started, you know, I went in there, and when I started reversing, I thought, I'm just not in the right position here. There's something not right. And I tried it a few times. I was struggling. I just couldn't get the right position. I thought, it's not happening there. So I did a U-turn at the end, came back, did another U-turn, and parked on the other side of the wagon. And that was a little bit easier. So I made that turn. Handed my guys the paperwork. Took about half an hour for them to unload. Then I picked up the trailer again, obviously, took it back to the yard, dropped the trailer, and all was done. So in total, it was about a good maybe 10 and 3/4 hours, so almost 11 hours. It wasn't that bad, really, considering. And overall, I was quite happy with it, if I'm honest. It wasn't so bad. It really wasn't so bad. So there we go. But that common error earlier before, disappointed with myself. You know, maybe I was in a rush, you know. It was a bit unfamiliar going into like a place and you're having to unload your own wagon from the rear. That was a little bit unfamiliar, to be fair. But I should have looked at the paperwork, should have made sure, and I didn't. Simple as that. So I've got to own that error, really, and just get through it. It's crazy. I got spoken to a driver before, and he told me it happens. So, you know, hopefully I'm not the first person for that to have happened to. I think it was just a lot of unfamiliar territory. Should have checked, but there you go. Won't be happening again. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm in the same company again today. I'm actually at Aldi in Sheffield area. Now these bays, they've got plenty of room, but there's lots of people here, so I've just got to keep my cool and yeah, it's all about positioning with the reverse. You know, I'm going to go off topic a little bit here. It's all about that positioning initially, and it's difficult to know where to position your wagon at times. Do you go straight on, a little bit further on, or do you go straight and then a little bit turn to the left where you're at an angle, you know, but you don't want to be too far over there because you have to turn quickly. Your cab then is going to stick out, all that kind of stuff, you know. And at the minute with my class 1 driving, a month and a half, you know, I feel a lot of anxiety, you know, with agency, you know, and the driving. You don't want to muck up, you know, you want to learn quickly. There's a lot of anxiety. Driving, it's fine. It's just those reversing manoeuvres. Got to get used to it. But there you go. That's my day. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have made similar mistakes but like that, by all means give me a thumbs up. You know, I think I might have happened to me once on class 2 where I went back. I went to the delivery and I didn't get it all off. That's happened to me once, but not on the scale of about maybe 10 pallets. So there you go. Let's hope it happens to the best of us. Right, thanks for watching. Thank you for all the comments again. really, really encouraging, great stuff out there, and hopefully this videos and videos to come will help all drivers, experienced and new drivers, just gives you an idea of what to expect in a day. All right, thanks for watching and keep on trucking.